ResortLoop.com is brought to you by Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company. Enjoy Joffrey's new single origin coffee, Peru Cafe Femenino. Available at Joffreys.com and at the Joffrey's kiosks throughout the Disney parks and resorts. And the best part, the sale of Joffrey's Coffee Cafe Femenino gives back to worthy projects and programs that enhance the lives of women and their families in coffee communities. That's Joffreys.com.
Top of the morning to you, Looper Nation. Hope you're having a lovely St. Pat's Day, also known as Joffrey's Irish Coffee Day. Now it's time to get a bit loopy with Bob and Tim, so please stand clear of the doors and enjoy the show. Alright, take it away, fellas.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Please board quickly and safely. Our monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
This is ResortLoop.com, episode 309. Niner. Was there a niner in there somewhere?
You know why they say niner when they're flying airplanes?
You tell me, because you're the pilot.
Well, because, you get a lot of international flights, and of course, nine in German is no. So they don't want to get that confused.
So this is 309.
309.
Oh no. Oh no, it's another ResortLoop.com.
And all of those English teachers out there are going, it's not O, it's zero.
Oh.
30. Niner.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Tim.
Yes.
I've got a this day in Disney history.
I want to hear your day in Disney history.
All right. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
49 years old.
Not yet. What?
Not you.
No.
The Pirates of the Caribbean attraction opens in New Orleans Square at Disneyland, California, 1967.
Wow.
Happy birthday to Pirates of the Caribbean. I wonder if they're going to do anything special next year. 50 years next year.
I can already hear the merchandise being printed.
Well, we're glad that we let Disney know, because, that stuff sneaks up on you.
I'm surprised that that's actually a family attraction.
Yeah.
You probably didn't know it was R-rated.
You got anything else, Tim?
I do.
Of entertainment value?
No, not of entertainment value. Tune out now, everybody. We have a new review over on iTunes.
Excellent.
We always said we'd read them if we asked somebody left them for us. So this one is from Bayou Steeler.
Ooh.
So I'm not sure if it's a Louisiana Steelers fan or what this is. But he said, listening to Tim and Bob's podcast is like having them in your living room talking to you about Disney. I am not a huge Disney fan, but their podcast has a ton of information for casual Disney fans to the ultra Disney fans. How awesome is that?
That's very nice. That's very, very nice. Thank you so much for saying that. And just for everybody's knowledge, you don't want us in your living room. Really, you don't.
No. No. Although we might clean up and do dishes.
Well, I mean,
I'm a considerate guest. I don't know about you, but you're popping your feet up on there.
Yeah, my feet are going on the coffee table, and it better be at least a 50-inch TV screen. I'm just saying.
Just sit really close. It's the same thing.
I need entertained. And I'm cheap, so I'm not going to pay. So
you are cheap. Hey, Bob, I have a little bit of housekeeping. I just want to mention. Now, this may or may not have come from the confession show.
Uh-oh.
But you know our SuperLooper, Jen Steed.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now that she is a saint. Do you know why?
Why is that? Well, she listens to the show, so.
Well, that makes her a saint also. But she mentioned that her name is Jen Stead. So we've only been pronouncing her name wrong for a couple years now.
Well, I think she's incorrect.
Exactly. So Jen Stead, I just want to let you know that we'll still call you Steed.
Jen, I feel your pain on that. I apologize profusely because, as Tim knows, and I have worked with people for now 18 plus years, and they still call me Bob Collier.
Yes.
For whatever reason. So I apologize. I am a victim of that as well. So, Jen, I am sorry.
And for everyone out there, what Bob does is when they say it, he just grabs his collar on his shirt.
I just shake my head anymore.
And they don't get it. It's hilarious.
That's all right. As long as they spell the check spell the name right on the check. That's all I care about.
I just thought that was hilarious. When I read that, I just thought, and again, that may or may not have come from the confession show.
Well, we confess that we don't really know how to pronounce names. So
no.
How about that? Tim.
Yes, Bob, tell us about this show.
What? Oh, I'm supposed to say.
I spun it around.
Wow. So we put out one of our top fives. We were very interested. This actually comes from, was this from Rebecca? Was this a question from Rebecca Toon? She says, hey, how come you guys don't talk about the Disney parks queues, the ride queues? That'd be a great top five.
That would be.
I said, that's brilliant. I'm glad I thought of it.
It is. And then we look at cues meant. No.
So we're taking Rebecca's lead here, and we asked Looper Nation, we want to know what your top 5 Disney ride queues are. Because, I mean, come on, some of the theming in the queues is actually better than the ride itself.
That is absolutely true.
So, and I think you're going to be very surprised, Tim, at the number 1. We actually had a tie for number 1.
Tie? Oh, my
tie. Yeah, that doesn't happen very often. And man, these things, when I was tallying the numbers, neck and neck.
Wow.
For a very long time. One would go ahead by 1 or 2, and then the other one would catch up and go ahead by 1 or 2. It was crazy. Crazy.
You were saying before the show, you're not going to believe the number 1.
I just said that again. You're not going to believe.
Just reiterating how exciting this is going to be.
You are not highly caffeinated today, by the way.
Not highly caffeinated enough.
No, but I did enjoy my Joffrey's Alani just before the show. So it was very good. So anyway, Tim,
yes.
Why don't you start us off? We have a few folks that elaborated on what their favorite Disney ride park queues or Disney ride queues are.
And we were going to try to get these names correct.
we should butcher every name now.
Exactly.
We should just do it.
And fellow Gensley, don't let us know for a couple of years. After a couple of years, let us know. Dee Dee Herring. She goes, Big Thunder. Those cute little animated birds getting all happy when you pump air into the shaft just make me so happy.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. We're going to just continue on. Corbett Harrell says, I don't know if I could put together 5 at this moment, but I think the queue for Journey into Imagination is currently more interesting than a ride itself.
Yeah.
Lots of references to some deeper Disney cuts. Listen for the Merle Jones mention.
Oh, Merle Jones.
So, I really do. I enjoy that queue because it does take you back to a lot of the old Disney movies.
Yes.
If you're
live action movies.
Yeah, if you're an old Disney movie fan, those are great.
That is awesome. Scott E. Fody. At number 5 for him was Expedition Everest. He loves the great backstory.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That is true. 4, Mission Space. Feels like you're walking through a space lab. Number 3, Tower of Terror. Hate the ride. Like the detail in the building.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
He's another guy who doesn't like being dropped. Number 2, Peter Pan. When we were there in 2015, I didn't know at the time the queue was changed. Pleasant surprise.
Yeah, the new queue is awesome. You haven't experienced the new queue yet, have you?
No, I'm very excited. And again, it's one of those things. I've seen a couple pictures, but I'm not actually seeking out any kind of walkthroughs or anything. I would just want to see it there in person.
Little spoiler.
Don't do it.
You get some pixie dust sprinkled on you.
Oh, my.
It's awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I always get nervous when I come home and my wife sees pixie dust on me. For him. With Star Tours, he's a Star Wars geek. He goes, just deal with it. It's been dealt with, Scott. We agree. Lots of little knick-knacky things there in the Star Tours.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. A lot of references there as well as to the movies.
Oh, and then he says, he gives a little PS here. He goes, the worst is Soren. It felt like the distance walked actually takes you off property. He mapped my walk once to actually see how the corridors worked from the land out to the ride itself.
Yeah, yeah. I get that. Soren's such a great ride that maybe the queue could... maybe they'll do something. Since they're going to change the film, maybe they're going to help and change up the queue as well. I think that'd be great.
I wonder if the elevation changes on his Map My Walk. And there, you get a little arc, too, and back down. And
you do, yeah.
Windy little queue.
Yeah. Jamie Price says, just 5. Expedition Everest definitely gets the top spot for James. It's the whole reason I don't fast pass it, and that's a good point. Number 2 is Tower of Terror. Number 3, maybe Winnie the Pooh, especially since I recently discovered you only have to wave your hand near the honey to reveal the hidden characters instead of actually having to rub the screen.
Oh.
He says, thank God for that. I was so grossed out by the possibility of germs.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure tests would reveal more than one kind of quote-unquote poo.
Ooh. No. That's an international petri dish right there.
There you go. Number 4, Peter Pan. Really cool stuff, but still not worth standing in a long line for. Yeah, maybe. And for James, the number 5, Star Tours, honorable mention goes to Haunted Mansion.
Oh, okay. That's a good call.
Yeah.
Very good call. Original SuperLooper. The Joester, Joe Quattrochi.
Joe. Our sneakers on the ground.
Absolutely. Number 1 for him was Space Mountain. Nothing better than entering that dark air-conditioned tunnel with that distinct 1980s futuristic music.
Yeah.
He goes, also the great majority of games that they recently added to the standby queue line are a plus as well.
Yeah.
How about that? Number 2 is Test Track. He likes designing your own GM custom concept vehicle. It's a great way to pass the time while you are waiting your turn to get onto the sim track.
Yeah, that is fun, yeah.
I don't know, did you notice, I noticed this the last time we were there, it actually saves your cars, like on your Magic Band from before.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
That is cool, yeah.
Expect that. Number 3 for him was also Expedition Everest. I'm talking really fast.
Maybe you are highly caffeinated.
Might be. Well, I did have a little bit ago. A little bit ago. Number 3, Expedition Everest. The attention to detail in that queue line is amazing, and the story that it tells is pretty interesting as well. Also, everyone in that queue, every time I go in that queue, I seem to learn something new.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you do. I find something new every time.
Yeah, it's an awesome queue.
Yeah.
See, number 4 for Splash Mountain. Immersing yourself in the Briar Patch and listening to those famous ride songs we all know and love is a great way to start off an attraction ride.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, classic.
Yeah.
And number 5 for him is the Tower of Terror. Once you enter the ride line, you feel like you are immediately transported onto the property of the Hollywood Tower Hotel. Just really well done overall. It is, too.
Yeah. When they got the fog coming in and all that. Going back to Splash Mountain real quick, I love when you're walking past one of the little houses that are up in the trees, and it's Chip and Dale, and you hear them in there arguing. I love that. Love that. Scott Petey says, this is a bit of a hard one, as there are so many great cues and also so many bad ones. But here we go. Peter Pan's Flight, the fact that you get to walk through the Darling's home is amazing. Oh, there's a little spoiler for you.
Oh.
Number 2, Tower of Terror, the amazing detail they put into making it look like it has been empty since 1939 is quite spectacular. The new Dumbo for number 3.
Hey!
Yeah, it's great to have a place to sit while waiting for your turn and letting the kids play. That is huge.
Right.
Number 4, Big Thunder Mountain, the detail that is put into making it look like an abandoned mine. And number 5 for Scott says, Star Tours, making the queue look like a spaceport is quite something. It really is.
Oh, Star Tours is amazing. Oh, Freddie P.
Freddie
Paglarulo Jr. I think I nailed it.
That's not bad.
He goes, this is getting harder to answer as Walt Disney World builds new attractions and adds better features to the queue areas. He finds the new queues have things to look at and listen to that are far better than the older ones with these newer interactive ones. He goes, here's my list. Star Tours continues to have the best visuals and Easter eggs. That's a good point.
There you go, yeah.
That make waiting in line just as fun as the ride. Number 5, Splash Mountain. 4 was Expedition Everest. 3 was Toy Story Mania. And 2 was Tower of Terror. And then number 1, of course, was Star Tours.
There you go, yeah. And I think a lot of it has to do as well with, kind of what you're interested in. If you're a Star Wars geek, Star Tours is going to be huge for you.
Oh, picking out all those Easter eggs like you mentioned?
Right.
Oh, fantastic.
Michael Lepore says he only has one that he chose, and that is the short ones. I love those short queues as well.
Would have added the air-conditioned ones.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Jason Mitz. Hey, Jason. He goes, my favorite, well, like this one. But also I like this one.
It's a lowercase Q. Yeah, he's being cute. Yeah.
Oh, Q. I thought it was a P. These glasses cleaned. Oh, I had to go to the bathroom. Anyway, for him, number 5 was Pooh. Interactive and the kids love it. Number 4, Peter Pan. The new effects are outstanding. Don't spoil it. Number 3, Soren. I wish the art they would show on the screens could be purchased.
Yeah, that's true. Some of that art is very cool.
It is very nice. And huge.
Yeah.
Number 2, Everest. Great setup, plus the Josh Gates proof formed from the show is a family favorite. Nice. Number 1, Haunted Mansion has to be number 1. If the queue line can be quoted word for word by thousands of people, you get the top spot.
Oh, there you go.
There you
Please enter the dead center of the room.
Oh, see, I thought it was the 999 Ghost. Actually, you're on the ride bed then, aren't you?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
There's tons.
Maybe. I've never ridden it, so I don't know.
Ever?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's probably get that thing, sit in the Omni Mover and you're out.
No, I just go in for Michael Jackson, Captain EO. That's no. Anyway, they all can't be gems, folks. Ian Hetherington says, great question, as there are some great themed queue areas, although we have not ridden Seven Dwarfs Mine Train yet, or the big themed Big Thunder, the rethemed Big Thunder. Ones I miss, though, are the old test track queue, as I like the demonstrations in the elevator in the Disney Quest.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember the elevator in the Disney Quest. Okay, top 5 right now are Pooh. I actually skipped Fast Pass for this. Haunted Mansion, Rock and Roller Coaster, Expedition Everest, and finally Star Tours and Great Movie Ride. So he threw in like 8.
That's all right. You're okay.
I know it's about the best, but the worst is Soarin'. And, of course, the security line at Orlando International Airport when we go home. Frowned. Emo-con.
Which is very similar to the Soarin' queue, strangely enough. You're waiting.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Oh, my gosh. That is outstanding. TJ Fry. He likes the Fast Pass at the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Fast Pass at Peter Pan, Fast Pass at Spaceship Earth, Fast Pass at Toy Story Mania, Fast Pass at Soarin'. Then he goes, what can I say? I'm not a huge fan of waiting in line. And he gives honorable mention for the People Mover and Figment. And they rarely have long lines.
There's no queue in People Mover. It's an escalator. What is TJ? Come on.
He's a Goodyear fan.
Apparently. Nathan Trent said, I'm thinking of the audio queue music.
Okay.
So his favorites, just based on the music in the queues, Space Mountain is number 1, Soarin' number 2, Test Track number 3, Mickey's PhilharMagic number 4, and number 5 is Splash Mountain.
Oh, those are all good calls, Nathan.
All for the music. Yeah, there you go.
I love it. Mindy Carnes Muir. She goes, park queues are part of the attraction fun. They build the story and let you start to feel the attraction before you even load the vehicle. So here it goes. This is in no particular order. Number 1 is for her is Indiana Jones in Disneyland.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, I can't wait to do that one. He goes, she goes, don't pull the rope. Would I get that if I was there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2, Peter Pan and the Magic Kingdom. Where else can you visit the nursery?
Another spoiler. Look out.
Oh, my goodness. I was like, did you fly through it? I don't even know. I'm just going to leave now. Finish the show, Bob. Number 3, the Haunted Mansion at the Magic Kingdom. Touching the stuff is part of the fun. That's true.
Yeah.
Outside queue. Number 4, the Tiki Room Disneyland. Access to the Dole Whips in the queue. What is this I'm hearing?
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's like perfect world.
You've got to go to Disneyland. We keep talking about this. You've got to get out there.
We do keep talking about it. Oh, my gosh. Mickey Mouse's house in Disneyland. You go in his backyard, see his laundry room, visit his garden, and get to see the mouse himself.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
Let's
let's just go now. Everybody, I'm driving.
We'll see you. We'll pick you up along the way. Nick Croak says, bus queue to get on the Magical Express, obviously.
Oh, must mean on the way to the park.
Bus queue to the first park of the vacation.
Okay.
After throwing suitcases in the room and grabbing a beverage. Then he gets to the park, rides, and says, old test track queue. Looking for hidden Mickeys was always a blast. That's true. Mm-hmm. They got rid of those. New test track queue. Designing your vehicle is great.
That is fun.
Tower of Terror, wife hates it. I go through it on my own and take my time.
Okay.
Expedition Everest. It's taken me multiple visits to go through this one slowly. Yeah, you're still not seeing everything. Rock and Roller Coaster. Unless some moron yells out, "How about some free backstage passes?" Have you ever had anybody do that?
No.
Oh, it's annoying.
You've done it.
No, I'm going to the next time. Absolutely. And then, of course, he enjoys the queue at the pretzel cart in Germany.
Oh.
I always end up in the great conversations while grabbing a beer there. Oh, there you
That's
go.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And, of course, the Magic Kingdom rope drop queue. He says people are crazy.
We learned that on a recent show, didn't we?
There's a country song that says God is great, beer is good, God is great, and people are crazy. I love that song.
There you go.
Haunted Mansion, great theming, and I also like the views to Tom Sawyer Island and the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. So those were just some of the, people adding a little bit to their answers. We appreciate that. That's always fun.
Oh, I love those.
To get you guys' take on that stuff. Too funny.
We had some very funny loopers.
Oh, my gosh. What a we got the best listeners on the face of the planet, honestly. All right, Tim, are you ready for Looper Nation's top 5 Disney ride queues?
I am ready. I'm ready with
All right.
I'm ready.
All right. Since you're ready, here we go.
I'm anticipating.
I'm not going to give you those first. But just about every ride was tapped. So including we got People Mover, Figment, the Philhar Magic, which is a good one. So almost all of them were tapped. We didn't get Small World, but then again, there's really no queue for Small World.
Right.
It's just a ramp. So, all right. So these are going to be your bottom 5 out of the top 10. These will be your bottom 5. So number 10, there was a 4-way tie for number 10.
Oh my!
Big Thunder Mountain, the queue, Splash Mountain's queue, Space Mountain's queue,
Wow.
Winnie the Pooh, and Pirates of the Caribbean.
Ooh.
Number tied. There was a 2-way tie. I'm sorry, for number 6 or number 7 rather. 2-way tie. Test Track and Mine Train. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Okay.
Now, all the money that they put into Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and it didn't.
Yes.
It didn't reach the top 5.
In time.
How about that?
Interesting.
How about that? Number 6, all by itself. Toy Story Midway Mania.
Okay.
I like that one. I don't like those stairs. What are we going to do about those stairs?
I don't like those stairs either.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Because
It just looks like a design flaw.
yes, and quite frankly, the heat of the summer, and as you're standing on those stairs, depending on who's standing like 2 steps up from you,
Oh yes.
it could be a difficult line to stand
It
in.
could be interesting.
I'm just saying.
Enough said.
Enough said. Yes, we'll get to those on the next confession show. And now for your top 5 Disney ride queues. Are you ready, Tim?
I'm ready.
Number 5, Star Tours.
Ooh.
Star Tours. Number 4, Peter Pan.
Okay.
You're going to love that new queue, I tell you.
I'm set.
It is so much more enjoyable than standing in just that, the rails that they used to have, the cattle car that you used to have to stand in. Number 3, all by itself, Tower of Terror.
Yes.
And, of course, tied for number 1, that leaves, of course, everybody loves Expedition Everest and the Haunted Mansion.
Oh, I'm not too surprised by that.
2 great ones. That new queue that they have where you can walk around the tombstones and that is... A lot of people are just they won't bypass. You can bypass it if you want,
Right.
But or at least you used to. The last time I was down there, they wouldn't let you bypass.
Same thing with us.
Yeah.
We had to go through there, and I'll be honest. Well, I thought it was very cool.
Yeah.
In 98-degree heat
Yeah.
and the humidity, I was like, just get me inside, please.
It's yeah, because you're anticipating that air conditioning once you get inside.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, if you don't have that, you're struggling. Absolutely.
The air was thick that day, my friend.
So there it is, Looper Nation's top 5 Disney ride queues in all of the Disney parks. If you guys have been to any of the other parks, please let us know. These are not just Walt Disney World, although that's the bulk of our listenership. But if you've been someplace else and you found something that you think should fit in any of our top 5s from any of the worldwide Disney parks, soon to be Shanghai, feel free to send those in as well. When we put those out. Remember, we do those on Facebook and Twitter, and email those out. So, Tim,
Yes.
that is all I've got.
Awesome. Well, special thanks to Rebecca Toon for this idea for the top 5.
Absolutely.
If anybody else has some top 5s, just send them to us at tim@resortloop.com or bob@resortloop.com. Facebook us, however you want to get it to us.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott. You can find me at Tim Resort Loop Scott on Facebook, Resort Loop Tim on Twitter, and the website, resortloop.com.
I'm Resort Loop Bob on the Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget to like us over on Facebook. That goes a long way for us. And please be sure to rate us on iTunes. Don't forget My Diz Match, where you can connect to some fellow Disney folks without talking about politics. That's
Exactly.
the beauty of it.
It's growing over there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can just tell. It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. And Tim, what else should folks do?
Everybody, please just share it with your friends. Share it on your Facebook. Share it on your Twitter. Everyone, just be sure to share the gateway to the magic.
See you, everybody.